guys, welcome back to the show. Today I have a special guest, one of my best friends, a true Chiefs fan. This is not no bandwagon. He was with them when they were whack. Christian Graham, what's up, bro?
Hey, what's going on?
How you feeling today?
A week later, and it's still euphoria. It's
Man, I'm a Jaguar fan, so we never even smelled a Super Bowl. Every time we get close, somebody knock us out. This is y'all's first Super Bowl in 50 years exactly?
1970.
So you weren't even alive on the last one.
My mom wasn't even alive for the last one.
So watching the game, what did you think of? How were you feeling? Like, what were you thinking about? Because y'all were down almost the whole game. About 10 minutes left. That's when you guys decided to kind of turn it on.
It's crazy. Fourth quarter, I was a little nervous, but playing down, just watching them throughout the playoffs, I was never really worried. Right. I mean, down 24-0 to the Houston Texans, and then we turn it up and take the lead before half.
That was crazy.
Almost in a 5-minute span, take the lead. So as long as Patrick Mahomes was at the helm, right, I was never truly worried.
And that's what I say. With Mahomes, he's one of the few players in the NFL that we have that he can totally destroy a defense's game plan by himself. Yep. He's crazy talented. But at the same time, the 49ers defense played him the best way they could. They brought the pressure up the middle while the outside guys contained.
Yep.
And that zone scheme that they run kept everything forward. And when Mahomes threw that pick, that was straight frustration. That was him not being able to hit his first go-to read or his second guy. That was frustration. So there might be a lot of tape coming back next year. So.
Oh, yeah. The Niners did a great job. I mean, statistically, this was Mahomes' worst game, arguably in his career.
Yeah.
The man didn't put up the numbers that he normally puts up, but it was still just enough to get it done.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly believe the Niners blew that game. Why late in the fourth quarter are you having Jimmy Garoppolo throw the ball?
Yeah.
Raheem Mostert was, doing just fine running the ball.
Yeah.
You got to take time off the clock. You cannot give the ball back to Mahomes.
Well, they kind of got out of that game plan early. Shanahan, his first couple drives, came out with these fire plays. He was super creative, and he was coming out with all kind of stuff. I never really thought that they kind of established the running game because every time they did, they wanted to put the ball back into Jimmy Garoppolo's hands, and that's not been their offense all year. So I didn't understand why you tried to do that. They went up early, so there was no need.
Yeah.
To, have Jimmy throw the ball, 25 plus times that game.
Yeah, I feel like they didn't like the scrutiny that they got from the last game where, they won when he only threw the ball 8 times.
Right. And then the game before that was 19 times.
Yeah. Yep.
Who cares? You're winning.
Yeah, just win the game.
Win the game. It's the Super Bowl. So now Shanahan, his last 2 Super Bowls, he's had the lead in late games, and he's lost them. The first one, you can't really blame on him. He wasn't the head coach. He was the coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
We got it. This one we can totally put on him. He's been in that situation before. He should have stuck with what got him there.
Yes.
Sammy Watkins, though, man. That bum hasn't had a touchdown or turned up since y'all played us literally in week 1.
Yep, and I was at that game in Jacksonville.
He just turned up on us, man. I didn't know what to say.
It's a silent sleeper. I mean, people forget that Sammy Watkins is even on our team. People forget this dude was a former first-round pick. He's nobody to sleep on. It's just we have so much other talent on our offense that he just kind of goes unnoticed sometimes. You got a 4-4-4-3 guy that's just kind of sleeping.
Now, is it his contract? Is it his contract year this year?
I believe so. So there's rumors going around that he's going to take a year off or he's going to take a pay cut. I'm kind of waiting to see what's going to happen with that because, we're paying him $17 million a year, which is a little more than he probably needs.
But it is what it is.
Either way, if he takes a year off, kind of decide what he's going to do because he's had injuries all his career. Or he decides to take that pay cut so we can maybe go add another piece to the arsenal. That'd be great too. But either way, we got a nice young wide receiver in McCole Hardman that's still, I feel like, still peaking.
Yeah, he's literally a Tyreek Hill 2.0. He's another just super fast guy.
Yeah.
If Sammy does decide to take a year off, as a fan, do you think you should address that in the draft? Do you think at some point you guys should draft another wide receiver, maybe even early on, to have a true receiver presence?
I think there's other holes that we need to fill first. I feel like our offense, even though it's great having Sammy out there, I feel like with Mahomes at the helm, like drafting a wide receiver early might be kind of. I feel like we could even draft one late and they would still come in and make a difference, just because of what Mahomes could do. It's almost like when Peyton Manning was throwing balls to dudes you never heard of before, or Tom Brady making these dudes you've never seen before. It's kind of like that. So I feel like there's holes. Specifically in our defense that need to be filled. Our defense definitely stepped up towards the end of the year.
Yeah, the second half of the season into the playoffs, they became actually a pretty damn decent defense. Tyrann Mathieu being back there was definitely a big piece,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he definitely stepped up. But there's still some holes that need to be filled. Our secondary, definitely, we need to fill some. Our corners are very young. I feel like if we can maybe draft a good corner or a linebacker. I think our linebacker position is probably the most thin. That's probably where we really need to focus on. So I think adding a young linebacker in the draft would be a good step for the Chiefs to try and go and repeat.
Yeah, you guys, since you won the Super Bowl, will have the 32nd pick in the draft. Have you looked at any mock drafts and see who's going to be available yet in that area?
I haven't. I've been partying all week, so.
So you've been enjoying the parade yourself.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I'm definitely going to look into it and see maybe what our guys are looking at as far as who we're going to add or whatnot.
Now it's super early. We just played the game last week. Do you see yourselves repeating again?
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
now in the NFL that does not happen.
It's hard to do. It is. I feel like after we won this game, the confidence that Mahomes has, and now the experience, as far as like everyone else on our offense and defense, just about everyone's coming back. I think the only person that we need to negotiate a contract for, a big name, is Chris Jones, and I think that deal's going to get done.
Definitely got to bring Chris Jones back.
Yeah.
Your defense misses him tremendously when he's out. People run right up the middle. You lose that middle pass rush. He is definitely one of the better D tackles we have in the game, so you got to make sure he gets locked up.
Yep. So, but I feel like we re-sign him, we could easily repeat. I mean, I say easily, but it could go either way because, I mean, there's still the Ravens that are coming back next year with Lamar Jackson, MVP. That's going to be a tough one to face in the AFC. The Titans still look good. Houston, I know they got a bad taste in their mouth after that game, so they're going to be ready to play next year.
Well, I think your worry about Houston shouldn't have to be so strong as long as Bill O'Brien is the head coach.
Yeah. And
with Tennessee, I think that they are exactly what they are. I think the whole Ryan Tannehill thing coming in, that was cool to see. They had a magical season this year. They were horrible, and then Tannehill comes in, all of a sudden these guys can't be beat.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when you watch those guys, they rely so heavily on the run game, and then their only passing options are play action deep passes to AJ Brown.
Yep.
And it's predictable. The problem is Derrick Henry is just so hard to tackle with the way they block and keep everybody up. That man can fall. He falls forward for 3 yards.
Yeah.
So, but when you guys committed to stopping that run, and then you were like going to let Tannehill beat you, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
But when you have a safety player such as Tyrann Mathieu that knows and understands the game, that was pretty easy for him.
Yeah.
All he had to do was just make sure everything stayed in front of him, and it was good. So
another safety we need to talk about on the Chiefs who goes unnoticed is my man Dirty Dan Sorensen. That man,
bro, he wasn't even the starter in the beginning of the season
because we had I can't think of his name. Our rookie.
The rookie, yeah. I forgot his name too, but he was a starter for what, like a couple weeks, and he went hurt.
He got hurt later in the season. Like it was week maybe 13 or 14.
Right.
He got hurt because he was balling.
Bro, Dan made so many plays every game. Yeah.
So many good tackles. I mean,
and
one-on-one tackles on Derrick Henry. Like
save plays, like.
And on special teams, he had that fumble. He forced a fumble on that Houston game that really turned it around. As we were starting to build momentum, boom, knocked the ball loose.
So with if this rookie comes back, who do you give the starting job to?
I still give it to the rookie. He balled all season. I mean, Dirty Dan deserves his credit in the playoffs because he went off. But I think he's a great asset on special teams and off the bench.
It's gonna be tough to take that role from him after balling like that. That's gonna be something to watch during the off season. Mm-hmm. You got any last few words to go ahead and express?
It's the start of a new dynasty.
Oh my God!
The Patriots dynasty is over. Kansas City is on now.
You think it's gonna be Kansas City?
I think so. Well, as long as Andy Reid's at the helm and Patrick Mahomes is at quarterback, it's gonna be Super Bowls.
You better dominate in this 5-year span because Jacksonville's coming.
Oh, we'll see.
But hey, thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thanks for
having me. The show, man.
Of course.
Much love having you again, guys. Please, once this is posted and shown, like, comment, share. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're still gonna get a little bit more consistent with this thing. I'm gonna have some more free plays out for you guys, so go ahead and follow on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. You never know what you'll see. Thanks for tuning in, guys.